Yep, I'm back. The drivetrain videos generated quite a few questions, which I shall endeavour to answer. If you missed that video, click here, otherwise this video might not make a huge amount of sense. Not all of these questions came from Activate on the Just T4s forum, just most of them. Let's get into it. Can you go into real detail on the specifications of the engine? Really? When I wrote the script for the last video, yes, there is a script, which I stick to most of the time. I was really worried that I was going to go into too much detail and it'd annoy everybody, so I only kind of mentioned the basics and went into some of the information. But it turns out people actually do want proper, low-level, intricate info on everything, all the specifications. I've written all that up, and all the details that I can think of are now on my page on the T17 Club website, which I've linked below. It's pretty heavy reading, quite a lot of info. I've gone into as much detail as I possibly can, so hopefully that'll cover everything you need. But if you do want more, let me know and I'll try and add to it. What are the exact specifications of the turbo? Again, I've put that in the same link. But it's a VAG turbo. It's on most 2007 A4s, 5s, Q5s, Cayennes, Phaetons, Tuaregs, all that kind of stuff. It was supplied by a good friend of mine called Adam Davidson from Pioneering Performance, who I highly recommend. There's even some discount codes for the turbos if you look on the T17 Club Facebook page. Go and have a look. Anyway, the turbo has got stock size wheels. So the compressor inducer is 44.5 and the exducer is 60mm. The turbine inducer is 50mm and the exducer is 45mm. Adam put in the performance MFS billet compressor wheel, which is OEM inducer exducer size, but it's machined from a solid piece of aluminum. Extended tips, narrow nose, hub and a few other bits, and then added a push type vacuum actuator and a custom stainless steel bracket, which is machined from solid alloy as well. And if you look closely, you can actually see on the compression wheel surface the steps. It's pretty cool. What parts are stock AXG? Quite a few. So the intake and exhaust manifolds are directly from the AXG. They've got a few minor alterations, but nothing serious. Only on the intake for fitting the new pipe work, nothing tricky. The gearbox setup is all XG, including the intermediate shaft and the drive shafts, and we also upgraded to the AXG engine and gearbox mounts because they're a little bit stiffer. Next is the head totally stock. Yes, no, kind of. Head Technique in Telford did a little bit of porting and polishing, not a huge amount, just a little bit, and they added camshaft steel inserts to prevent head lift. We didn't bother altering the camshaft, so it's just the stock ACV one. What are the specs of the valve springs you run and where can I get some? The springs are Roston Performance. I'm pretty sure they're Poseidon HG progressive ones. They're 31mm with the 12mm lift and they're rated to 104 kilograms, I think. It was a long time since I bought them, so it's quite hard to find that info. It was about 2014, but the bad news is Roston Performance are no longer trading, I don't think, so you can't buy them from them. There are quite a few places selling similar sizes, but make sure you measure up your own stuff, and if they're in the same ballpark as mine, they should be okay, but I can't guarantee my numbers will work for you. What is your peak boost number? I can only go from my Pro Sport dash boost gauge, and that hits 31, sometimes 32 PSI, so I'm pretty sure that's the peak. What fuel and additives do you use? I do put in Rhino diesel sometimes, but I haven't been very regimented at that. I used to, but not anymore. I need to go and see Keith at United Diesel and stock up on some. But I always run Shell V Power Diesel. I think that helps a little bit, and never had any problems with it, so it should keep it clean. Why do you not use meth? I'm not really sure. It's just not something I've really looked into properly. I know that it helps with EGTs, like lowering EGTs, and may help with power, but my temperatures are actually quite good. Well, they were back when I was measuring them with my PLX device, but that thing crapped out and died. What a waste of time and money that was. I should really get the VAGCOM out and go back and check them while it's in boost and heat soak and see what kind of temperature they are. But honestly, I'm not really looking for more power. It's got plenty, and I'm not 100% sure if the XG clutch and or gearbox will take any more power. And it's an easy to drive daily, so I don't really want much more. Bobby Singh never mentioned meth, and I know he doesn't run it on his crazy 3-litre A4 that's like 600 brake and 1,000 Newton meters, so I don't think I really need it. What were the recommendations from BSR to make more power? Well, there were a few things that Bobby said, including sending the injectors and pistons and stock ACV pistons to one of his experts to look at them and compare the spray patterns versus the bowl and squish area and all sorts. Bobby's convinced that the atomization and combustion isn't optimized, which could sort and produce more power easily. But again, that'd mean lots of downtime to take the whole thing apart. It costs a lot of money for more power that I don't think I really need. He was actually disappointed that he wasn't able to take it over 300 brake, and he's sure that we can do it, but I'm so happy with the power that I've got. I'm not chasing any more figures. It's brilliant to drive as it is. What is the larger oil cooler you are using? I did try to look back at photos and find out the information, but I couldn't really find it. Rob, Activate, did a bit more digging, and we think that these are the port numbers. I'll put them down here. They look about right, but again, you have to try and find out. One of the big questions, would you do it all again? Honestly, no. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with the van and I loved doing the work. It was really enjoyable, but it's cost a lot of time and money and effort to push a stock T4 VW engine, diesel engine, to do this, and I was adamant that that's what I wanted, to stay stock with what it was. But if I started again and I wanted true power, I'd go down the BAM 1.8T route. The research and progress made by Tom at Speedingtude has been astronomical compared to mine. In time and effort and using widely used tech that's already out there, even a slightly tuned engine would easily dwarf the power output of mine at its top right now. Now, you can argue that petrols don't give enough torque compared to diesel, which is what you need for a van, but Tom's proving that you can get just as much torque from his petrol setup. It is really cool being in something that looks slow but isn't, and it annoys a lot of people on the road, especially BMW drivers. For some reason they hate it, which is a win-win, because if you pull away from them off the line or on a roundabout, they get really confused and annoyed. But if they are paying attention and they put their foot down and keep up with you, then it's still fine, because it's like, right, you beat a van, well done. But it is fun when you kind of nail them. What's next? I've just recently upgraded the rear brakes and gone to 18-inch 9J 2-forge alloys, which are rather nice. I'm going to carry on doing more videos, and I promise it won't be another 8 months hiatus. My wife and I went away in the van a few weeks back, first time camping with a new puppy, and we had a really good time. So I want to try and enjoy the van now, and it's in a good place and I'm really happy with it. Although the weather is getting colder and wetter, so camping is going to be more annoying, but the Eberspacher heater does help push the camping season back a little bit, and I'll talk about the heater a bit more in videos to come. I think I'll do a video on the brakes and wheels and suspension next, as it's working forward on the way back, and I've just finished working on that kind of stuff, so it's all in my head. Then I'm going to want to move to the cab, which I've talked about before, and then also the rather nice SQ level stereo setup that I've got. Anyway, that's the quick catch-up video, trying to clear up a few things from the previous video. I'm always happy to read your questions and comments, so leave them below. Hope to see you next time. Cheers. Oh, one last question. Is your whole house and entire wardrobe color-coded yellow and black? Cheeky fuck.